Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to Lockhart's Powerhouse. Today I want to go into the overhead press and the variants of the overhead press. We're going to go into strict press or military press, push press, and push jerk. I'm going to go over each one of these variants of the overhead press, giving you tips and reasons why to use these in your programming. First, let me demonstrate the strict press. Now let me go into some tips and tricks into using the strict press and why to use it in your programming. The strict press or military press is the ultimate test of static strength. Because there is no leg drive in the strict press, this is the best tool for building hypertrophy in your muscles and getting stronger just pushing weight over your head with just your shoulders. So let me show you how I would unrack the bar from a rack and perform the strict press. One big tip when you're holding the strict press is you want the bar in line with your bone of your forearm. You want it all stacked together. So you don't want your wrist cocked back. You don't want it too angled. You want it straight up where you're almost punching the ceiling. You want that bar going with the bone. So you're holding it in your hand, not with your wrist curl, not with them curl of it, straight up and pressing in line with the bone of your wrist and your forearm straight down. So you don't want it to look like this where your wrist is bent. You want it nice and straight in line with your arm and pressed up. In summary, the strict press is what it's called. It's strict. You won't be using any leg drive. You'll be using strictly your upper body to push the weight over your head. This is great for hypertrophy of the muscles and to test your static strength to see how much you can put over your head without using any other part of your body like your legs to help drive the bar up. So next, let me show you a demonstration of what the push press looks like. Unlike the strict press, the push press lets you use your legs to help drive the bar overhead. The push press allows you to push maximum load over your head, being able to use your legs to help drive the bar up. Instead of just relying on your shoulders to come up, you get to push it up with your legs. The push press, you only get one drive. You get to bend your knees once and then push it over your head. So let me show you what that looks like when you're unracking it from the rack. Now when it comes to hand positioning on the push press, this is up to you. Some people like to hold it like the strict press still and push it with it more in their hands in line with their wrists and their forearm bone. But if you have the front rack mobility, you can actually put this on your shoulders in the front rack position and do the push press that way. That way you have a nice ledge for when you dip down, the bar won't roll forward in your hands. So if you have a nice ledge, you can dip down and press. And the same thing when you come to bring it down for your next rep, you have a nice ledge to place the bar on for your next push press. So it's up to you. I see mostly Olympic lifters will use the front rack position, but a lot of strongman bodybuilders will still prefer it in their hands in line with the forearm bone for that push. So utilizing the push press allows you to get more load over your head during the overhead press. Instead of strictly relying on the shoulders to drive it, we get to use our legs. That's what's good about the push press, is you get the leg drive, but there's also the push jerk. Let me demonstrate what the push jerk looks like. What's awesome about the push jerk is instead of just getting leg drive to lock the bar overhead, we get to use leg drive and catch it with our body mechanics to lock out. So in other words, we get a jump, dip, catch. So this is going to allow us to use maximal weight and put the most overhead in a safe manner using our body to catch that bar. So let me show you what that looks like walking it out. So when doing the push jerk, you're going to want the bar resting in your front rack position. This is going to be maximal weight. It's going to be very hard in the hands because when the weight gets really heavy and you dip down, that bar is going to want to roll out of your hands. So when we have a nice ledge to place it on with our front rack, that's when we can push the maximal weight overhead using the push jerk. That's it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed my video on the overhead press and the variants of the overhead press: strict press, push press, and push jerk. Make sure to like and subscribe to Lockhart's Powerhouse. I have a lot of videos on fitness and more workout related stuff. We have a 10-week weight loss journey featuring my buddy Steve, and all kinds of other videos using the Rogue Echo bike, how to build hamstrings, arms, etc. If you have any questions or comments, make sure to comment down below. I try to answer everybody's questions. If you have any tips on how to perform the strict press, push press, or how to put it in your programming, let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you and give you all the insight I can on what I know about the overhead press. Thanks again, and don't forget to hit the metal.